Kylie here. We're back at the Fellowship of Acoustics, and today we're going to talk a little bit more about mandolins. If you're in the market for a mandolin and if you're considering Eastman, this would be a great video for you. So we're going to talk a little bit about the model numbers of Eastman mandolins and kind of what the model numbers mean, and maybe this will help you to decide what is the best for you. So Eastman mandolins have model numbers that have 3 digits. So the first one is the specification level. So the lower the number, the less embellishments we have, and probably the higher the number, the more you're going to pay for embellishments, bindings, and all that kind of thing. We'll talk about that a lot more later on in the video. The second number is going to give us an insight about the body shape of the instrument. So if it is a 0, it's going to mean that it's an A-style mandolin. And if it's a 1, it is an F-style mandolin. The third digit of the model number is going to be a 4 or a 5. So that's telling us what the holes are on the mandolin. If it's a 4, it's going to be an oval hole mandolin. If it's a 5, they are F-shaped holes. So today we just looked and saw what was up on the wall here, and we chose something from a few different specification levels so that we could talk about kind of what the differences are between the levels. Today we're going to look at the 300 series, the 500 series, and the 800 series. So from the 300 series, we have here, this is an Eastman MD305. So as you can see, this is an A-style mandolin. That's why there's a 0 in the model number. But in general, this 300 series is going to have a satin finish. We have a top binding, but there's no binding on the fretboard or on the headstock. So in general, fairly nice, simple design. This specific one is a sunburst, but a lot of times you'll see them in a more classic finish. And there's nothing classic finish on the wall. But this is a good example of the 300 series mandolins. So now from the 500 series, this is an F-style mandolin. So this is the MD515. This is a really good option for anyone looking for a entry-level or intermediate-level bluegrass mandolin. But yeah, so the 500 series mandolins, they also have a top binding. They also have a fretboard binding. So you can see they're becoming a little bit more embellished. And you'll see also kind of a gloss top on these. Sometimes Eastman makes the 500 level mandolins with also a vintage finish. This is the classic finish. So it is a glossier finish than the 300 series, and again, a little bit more embellished with the bindings. For the 800 series, actually what was in stock today is one of the vintage finishes that I was talking about. So the 800 series is going to have basically full binding. We have the top, back, fretboard, and headstock bound. So it's a fully embellished mandolin. I think also as you go up in the specification numbers, the woods might be a little bit more carefully selected. So you can see on this a really nice flamed maple back and sides and spruce top. So in general, all of these mandolins are going to be maple and spruce. But as you get up in the specifications, you can kind of be they're a little more picky about the flame and the detail of the wood. And all of these Eastman mandolins also feature an ebony fingerboard from the level 300 all the way up. So I've played all these mandolins today, and you've probably heard them spliced through this video. And as you can tell, there's a difference, but that's not only because of the specification levels, but also because of what the body shape is. And so there's a lot of factors in play. But as a kind of a generality and something to keep in mind, especially if you cannot come to a shop necessarily and try one before you buy it, is that in my experience, the higher the specification number, the more responsive the instrument is going to be. And so for me personally, if I was choosing an instrument that I was going to play as a beginner or intermediate player, I'd probably try to find something that's right in the middle, that's not so high that it's way above my budget and something that I cannot, make play the way that it can play, but also something that's going to push me and help me to play to my potential. So hopefully this video has been helpful. Maybe there's been something here that has either sparked your interest or answered a question. But until next time, I'm Kylie, and we'll see you down the road.